Hi guys. Sorry we're a little late on getting the daily reading up or the energy reading up. I've already had a very full morning, so I feel like I've had an entire day already. So the moon is in Gemini today. We're on the backside of Mercury retrograde. It goes direct the same day as the Virgo full moon on Monday. So a week from today, Mercury goes direct, or it stations direct. And then we have a 2-week post-shadow period of Mercury retrograde. So this week is going to be really confusing. Venus is going to be in another precarious position and right before she moves into Taurus. And then, Mercury actually retrogrades back into Aquarius before it goes direct. One of the things people have been asking me about is the meditations. So I'm still doing the weekly meditations, and I'm also doing the full moon and new moon rituals, but you can only access them by becoming a member of the channel. So you can become a member by clicking the join button, or you can go to Patreon, and it's the everything and more package, or the exclusive, the highest level membership, because you get access to weekly meditations, and you also get access to all of the extendeds, and you also get access to the members only live chats that we do, where I offer members the first Saturday of the month we get together and I answer your guys' questions with tarot. So if you'd like to become a member, we actually have one of those members only lives scheduled for this Saturday, the 7th of March. So if you'd like to do that, we would love to have you. It was really fun when we did it last month, and I'm excited to be able to do it again and to be able to offer that. We're just going to get directly into the cards. Today it's interesting, you guys. Today's sort of like a ramping up of energy of what's to come this week. There are a lot of things that are up in the air. There are a lot of things that are unknown right now. I know that I'm not the only one that's been making plans and stuff during this retrograde season. But if you feel a little bit confused and not sure that if you're on the right direction, or if things are going the way if you're like, I don't even know if this is what's supposed to be happening right now, just trust that it is. It's weird, you guys. Everything's really, really weird. And I just realized that my lamp, my Himalayan salt lamp, is not in the place that it's supposed to be in. So I feel like maybe tiny fingers might have moved that. That's interesting. Good to know. Like, what was that? I don't remember moving it. And here's the thing is when we, oh my God. Wow. Somebody is projecting hardcore right now. So 10 of Swords was the first card that came out. And, you know, it is a natural feeling to sort of freak out when you don't know what's happening, right? And then you go to the worst possible case scenario. That's what the 10 of Swords is to me. It's the projection of the worst possible case scenario, because swords are thoughts. And when you allow your brain to overthink, it can sort of become your own prison, right? You create your own prison. So then we have the 4 of Swords and the 9 of Swords. Somebody's really, really, really in their head today, like in a bad way. And I feel like it's time with that 4 of Swords to maybe pause. Yeah. Whew. And if you're waiting on communication, if some of you are waiting on communication, the waiting is your Tower moment. So we have the 8 of Wands, the Tower and the Hanged Man. I feel like with this kind of reading, I could tell you guys until you're blue in the face that it's all going to be okay, but I don't think that you're really actually going to believe me until you hear the information. So if you're the person that's waiting for the communication, that's waiting for the information, that's waiting, now, first of all, you know that this communication is going to change your life whether you get it or not, because it seems to be very, very important to you, and it seems to be something that could possibly get you out of this hanged man position, right? But the hanged man position is giving you an opportunity to see things in a different way. You're being forced to take a moment to assess the situation that you're in, and not assess it by driving yourself insane and going to the worst possible case scenario. Let's go ahead and clarify. This is a heavy reading, y'all. Ten of Swords. Four of Swords. And the Nine of Swords. We'll clarify these three and then look at the top first. Okay. The Three of Wands on the Ten of Swords is, now with the Three of Wands, it's about waiting for your, it's waiting, right? It's about being patient. We have three cards out now talking about patience. And clearly that's the problem here. Clearly the fact that the fact that you know that there is a change on the horizon is what's driving you crazy. And the fact that Mercury doesn't go direct until Monday is driving you even more insane, because now you're like, I know things are supposed to be shifting and I'm just waiting for my ship to show up, but your ship is there, right? Some of you are scared to see what's on that ship. Some of you are projecting the fear of, like, I know that something has to change in my life, but what if it does? What if something does change in my life? Then what do I do? What do I do with the change? For some of you, it's the waiting that's making you project the fear into your future. And the reason why I keep saying that, you guys, is clearly there is something big brewing here. And you have every opportunity in the world to perceive this in a way that could be really, like, that you actually manifest it showing up in a negative way for your life. Or you could perceive it as the much needed change that needs to happen regardless of how it shows up, regardless of the way it looks, regardless of the things that are happening, and letting it change you in a positive, healing kind of way, right? So you have this really big opportunity right now. And then we have the King of Wands here, right? The King of Wands is on the Nine of Swords. So whether the King of Wands is you or the King of Wands is somebody else, it could be that there's even a fear or worrying about somebody else in your life and how it's going to affect, because I feel like this change is personal. I feel like it's a personal change that's happening with you. And whether you're showing up as the King of Wands is somebody who is very confident in what he wants. He's very confident and he knows what he wants and he'll go for it. But sometimes we, even in the most confident days of our lives, oh my gosh, that's a soap opera. No, let's not go there. Even on the days where we're our most confident, that insecure feeling can creep in when you know things are shifting so rapidly and in such big ways. And here's the thing is you know that they're shifting rapidly and you know that they're shifting in such big ways, but because you can't see how it's all unfolding or you can't exactly see how it's happening right now, that's the scary part. That's why you're projecting the fear onto it. Let's see what the Eight of Wands is. Because something is stopping you in your tracks, but the only reason why this is stopping you in your tracks, oh, the card of the day just showed up. The Six of Cups was the card of the day. Hanged Man. Whoa. Okay. We're not doing that. Hanged Man. You know, the Six of Cups on the Eight of Wands. So either some of you are hearing from somebody from your past, whether you heard from them already or you're hearing from them now. I mean, Mercury retrograde always brings people back in from your past conversations and stuff. So either you're hearing from somebody from your past or you're having a conversation with someone that you have a very, very close connection with. And there are decisions that need to be made. And so now we also have a Queen of Swords here. The decisions that need to be made, honestly, you know, that the Two of Wands on the Tower, I feel like some of you are sitting here and thinking, this decision needs to be made and I want to make the least impact, I don't want to hurt anybody, right? I want to be able to make a decision and not hurt anybody in the process or not change things. I don't want to blow stuff up with the decision that I'm making. But I got to tell you, I feel like no matter what road you take at this point, that Tower moment's going to show up. And the Tower doesn't have to be bad, you guys. That's the thing. The Tower does not have to be bad. The decision that you're making, something has to change. There's an exhaustion. It feels exhausting. It feels like you have gotten to a point where you're exhausted, somebody else is exhausted. You can't keep going in the way that you're going. You can't keep pushing yourself in the way that you've been pushing yourself. Something has to change. And you know, when I talk about how I would much rather you guys make the change in your life instead of having the universe come in and make the change for you, because usually when the universe makes the change for you, it's a lot more difficult for you to deal with. And then you're like, well, I don't really care. I just want the universe to do it for me because when we don't have the guts to make the changes ourselves, the universe comes in and does it for us. And there's this decision, you're at a crossroads. And I feel like what the fear is choosing one of the directions is going to be worse than the other. And I want to say that neither one of them are actually going to be bad, but both of them will produce change. And really, it's how you perceive it. It's how you perceive whatever direction that you're going in, whether it's good or bad. You know what I mean? It's like, this isn't a bad reading, you guys. What's bad about this reading is the thought process. You can create your own sabotage, your own self-sabotage by placing the negative onto the situation, the relationship, the person, the pending outcome right? And no matter what happens here, things are shifting and things are changing. Now, I have the Queen of Swords on the Hanged Man. So we do have two individuals here, whether it's a relationship or whether it is work, totally up to whatever's going on in your life and how it's resonating with you. But the feminine side is having to look at things in a different perspective. And I think the masculine side is, there's this fear or this anxiety that's coming up from, you know, from either the feminine's perspective or the way the feminine is projecting the perspective. I don't know if I said that right. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck too. I'm kind of curious because I'm nosy. Oh, see what I mean? The Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. The Nine of Cups is the wish card. And I think that there's a fear of not getting, of things not turning out the way that you want them to. Or there's a fear of all those things that you've been wishing for, because underneath the Nine of Cups is the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups is reminiscing the reason why there's that fear of not getting what you want, even though, you know, even though there's clearly good, healthy, loving communication happening. The fear of not having it is based on the past and based on the way things turned out in the past. Why would I expect for them to be any different now? Right? Have you ever asked yourself that? Just because ... right? Nothing ever worked out in the past. Why would I expect for it to work out now? But if we're constantly waiting for the shoe to drop, if we're constantly waiting for the basket to drop, if we're constantly waiting for that thing to go bad, then you're not enjoying the present time. And things are changing so rapidly. You know what's funny is when stuff changes during Mercury retrograde and everybody goes, oh shit, here we go. And because things start to shift during the retrograde season, and then once Mercury goes direct, it all makes sense. The shifting all makes sense. Why it all had to happen the way that it happened. So that's why when we put expectations on outcomes, pending outcomes that we don't know about, but you're putting that negative expectation on it, things can go bad. Things can go south really, really quickly if you so allow it to. Okay? So, all right. I am only doing personal birthday readings. I have those offers up, or emergency readings. Everything else is closed for March. And I don't know when I'm going to open up personal readings, because I've already had so many people email me and ask me about personal readings. And it's only been a couple of days that I haven't had them available. So, I appreciate everybody's support. I'm still going to be on the channel. I'm still going to be doing this because, I mean, this is what I love to do. So I'm still going to be doing this every single day. But I am taking a break on the personal readings for a little while. So, but I do have emergency readings open. If you need an emergency reading, I will be available for that. And I am offering birthday readings still. The Aquarius birthday readings have been closed. But Pisces birthday readings are still available. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day, and try not to stress about all of the changes and all of the things happening, all right? Bye.